will robots replace humans? I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a movie.
It really does.
Yeah.
But it's becoming less science fiction and more,
Yeah.
well, reality.
Totally. We're seeing AI like ChatGPT writing actual code now. And, humanoid robots popping up in hospitals, assisting people. It's moving incredibly fast.
Faster than many predicted, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The material we looked at highlights that rapid evolution.
Right. So our mission today, let's be clear, is to figure out, uh, is AI really going to take all our jobs? Or is it maybe creating new ones? And can robots ever actually think like us, feel like us? And maybe most importantly, how can you, listening right now, adapt? How do you stay relevant?
Yeah, crucial questions.
Okay, let's dive in.
Okay, so first, maybe just a quick handle on what we mean by AI, because the term covers a lot.
Good idea.
We're basically talking machine learning systems, learning from data. Then there's deep learning, using those neural networks for complex patterns, and generative AI. That's the stuff creating new content, text, images, you name it.
Like ChatGPT.
Exactly. And think about the milestones. IBM's Deep Blue beating chess champions. That was ages ago, relatively speaking. Now we've got GPT-4o doing these really human-like interactions.
Wow. And the robots too, right? Like a Mecha?
Yep, Bameka and others, they're moving out of labs, doing practical things. It's quite the leap.
It really is. Which naturally brings up the big worry everyone has. Jobs.
Yeah.
What's the real story there? Mass unemployment or something else?
It's definitely a major concern reflected in the sources. And yes, some roles are identified as, let's say, more vulnerable.
Which ones mainly?
Often jobs with repetitive tasks. Think call center agents, cashiers, maybe data entry clerks, even some basic coding jobs. Tasks that AI can learn relatively easily.
Okay, that makes sense.
But, and this is key, the sources also stress it's not just about loss. AI is creating whole new job categories.
Like what?
Like prompt engineers, people who specialize in talking to AI. AI ethics specialists, making sure it's used responsibly. Roles focus purely on human-AI teamwork.
Interesting. So it's shifting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The World Economic Forum, which was mentioned in our sources, had that striking prediction. Maybe 85 million jobs displaced by AI by 2025.
Oof.
But potentially 97 million new ones created.
97 million. Okay, that's a different picture.
It really is. And there's that quote that sums it up perfectly, I think. AI won't take your job, but someone using AI might.
Ah, right. That really hits home. It's about adapting, using the tool.
Precisely. It changes how we need to think about work itself.
So if it's changing work, what about the AI's actual intelligence? Can it think like a human? Are we getting close to that?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it gets into the difference between narrow AI and general AI.
Explain that a bit.
Sure. Narrow AI is what we mostly have now. It's designed for specific tasks, playing chess, recommending movies, driving a car under certain conditions. Very specialized.
Okay.
General AI, or AGI, that's the hypothetical AI, with human-like cognitive abilities across the board. Learning, reasoning, adapting to anything. We're not there yet.
And what's holding it back? What makes us still uniquely human?
Well, according to the research, quite a lot, actually. Things like genuine empathy, understanding, and sharing feelings. True creativity, not just remixing data, but having, novel ideas born from experience or intuition. And then there's morality, complex ethical judgment, making nuanced decisions that aren't just about data. AI struggles profoundly with these.
So the Turing test is still relevant then, seeing if you can tell if you're talking to a human or a machine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still a benchmark. And this whole area, the potential for sentient AI, it sparks huge debate. You even have figures like Elon Musk warning about summoning the demon.
Right. That quote always stands out. It highlights the deeper ethical anxieties.
Definitely. There's huge potential, immense upsides. Think medical breakthroughs, maybe solving climate change faster with better modeling, smarter education.
Sounds amazing.
It does. But the sources are clear. There's significant cons, too. Privacy risks are huge. Algorithmic bias is a real problem. Misinformation spreading like wildfire. And yes, the job displacement we talked about.
So it's a double-edged sword.
Very much so. Plus, fundamental questions. Who controls this powerful technology? How do we ensure it's used ethically? Should advanced AI even have rights? Big questions.
Okay, so for everyone listening, faced with all this, how do we compete? Or maybe coexist is the better word. What's the practical takeaway?
I think the consistent message from the material is lean into your humanity. Focus on the skills AI can't easily replicate.
Which are?
Things like emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions, yours and others, complex problem solving that requires judgment calls, leadership, storytelling. Ethical reasoning.
Skills that require that human nuance.
Exactly. That's where our edge is, for now at least.
So the advice really is upskill. Learn to work with AI. Don't see it as an enemy, but as a powerful tool.
That seems to be the most pragmatic approach. It's not about fighting the machine.
Yeah.
Right. It reminds me of that other core message. The future is not about man versus machine. It's about man plus machine.
Precisely. Collaboration, augmentation.
So, back to the first question. Will robots replace us? The answer seems to be only if we let them. We need to stay curious, stay creative.
And learn to master the machine before it masters you. That sums it up well.
Definitely something to think about. Okay, let's turn it over to you listening. We'd love to know, what job do you think AI can absolutely never replace? Seriously, think about it. And here's another one. Would you trust a robot doctor with your health? Be honest. And finally, have you used ChatGPT or something similar today? Let us know.